What up world, what up YouTube, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Generation Rising playlist. My name is Ryan Griggs. I am the Cadillac of white rappers. Granted, I was more of a Coupe de Ville at the start of this lockdown, but now I'm slowly morphing into more of an Escalade situation, if you know what I'm saying. Nonetheless, I am the host of this show, and I want to say welcome and thank you for stopping by. I have to say that the support that you guys have shown for this show straight off the jump has been nothing short of extraordinary. I wasn't expecting it, but I want to say thank you guys for getting involved from day one. You guys are amazing. Last week's episode was all about Lecrae, and in honor of Lecrae, we decided to give away his brand new book, and I can announce that that is going all the way out to South Africa to none other than Joel February. Make sure you check the post because this one's coming in hot. We've got another giveaway going on for this week's show, so make sure you stick around to the end for details on that. My vision for this show has always been to build a sense of community, of discovery, of conversation, and that's what this show is all about. It's about discovering the creative evangelist, where music and mission collide. And in that spirit of community and discovery, I wanted to add a new featured artist element to this show, which obviously depends on you guys sending in your music for us to review and figure out whether it's right for the DNA of the show. But this week, we have got one. Kicking off the first featured artist, your boy is coming in out of Minnesota. He's a seriously dope rapper, and I got a chance to chop it up with him earlier this week, and I can say that this dude is pretty suavecito. This week's featured artist is JJL with the song Anime and Ramen.
Anxiety is crippling my mind state. Got me feeling like I'm still in all of my days. Got me paranoid, I'm looking for the right way to go and get these thoughts out of my brain. And Yahweh puts faith in my soul when I head south, like the nine-tails chakra when it spreads out. And when it comes to my toes, you know I'm 10 down. So when it comes to the boy, what you said about
great song, great artist, and you can find all his socials as well as the links to that song that you just heard in the description below. When I was thinking about what topic I should pick to highlight on this week's playlist, I was reflecting on all the different aspects of the creative evangelist. And one of the things I was thinking about was this creative ability to somehow capture the experiences of the human condition and articulate them in such a way that unlocks something in all of us. Maybe a way to heal or to grieve or to find a way to navigate our situations. I heard someone once say that you can't heal what you won't reveal. And I also heard Jay-Z quote somebody in an interview say, "When words cease, disease sets in." Now collectively, I think we're all going through a huge season of great loss, and it's hitting so many different people hard on so many different levels. I wanted to drop a playlist that articulates these different spaces of loss that we're all seeming to find ourselves in, and I wanted to highlight some of the creative evangelists who are out there, not only acknowledging and wrapping words around the pain and struggle that we're going through, but taking it one step further, and also vocalizing where their hope and their healing is coming from, and the role that Jesus has to play in getting them there. So, without any further ado, let's jump right into this week's countdown. The 5 must-hear Christian songs about loss.
Number 5.
Best Friends by Hillsong Young and Free is probably the perfect song to kick this playlist off with. In this modern way of the fake it till you make it Instagram culture, so many young people are dealing with the loss of purpose, the loss of identity, and the loss of truth. And in some ways, we know that it's okay to question what's real, to feel like you don't know who you are, but this song doesn't leave us there. You see, what this song does beautifully is it acknowledges the circumstances we may find ourselves in, all the while pointing to the hope, the source. This song reveals the true nature of the creative evangelist, which is to point back towards Jesus.
Number 4.
You've been reaching for the hand you thought you never grab, but Jesus brings the hope you thought you never have. Tired of living in a nightmare, Lord, I just want to hear you. Run around in same circle, don't make me feel brand new.
Hulvey is one of the newest artists on the Reach Records roster, and so far the hallmark of his music has been to dig deep and deliver substance. This song, Reasons, featuring Lecrae and Svrcina, is an amazing song with challenging wisdom that finding healing from our brokenness, our pain, and our loss comes from facing it head on. I love that this song reminds us that God doesn't want us buried underneath our brokenness. Hulvey's imagery of God's extended hand offering us the hope we thought we would never have is such a beautiful picture of God's grace and God's love that we find ever present in our darkest moments.
Number 3.
On the 18th of July 2017, 3 a.m. I was asleep. Wifey intervened and said, your brother's on the phone, wake up. Took the iPhone, hi bro, I beg you say something, this don't feel right. So he told me daddy's on life support, doctors are saying we need to come in. Hung up and started rushing, wifey wanted to come but I told her stay behind. Didn't want to believe that anything could happen to my favorite guy.
If you ever read the Bible cover to cover, you'll find countless raw stories of the human condition, like Job's story, an unfiltered tale of a man who had it all, lost it all, and still held on to God. If I'm honest, I struggle to find this type of vulnerability and openness within the church, which is why I think if we're going to take sharing our faith seriously, then we need to look at the example that Governor B shows us in this song, Carry On. Featuring chart-topping artist Sam Henshaw, this song is like open heart surgery. Governor B talks about the brutal experience of losing his father. He shares his doubts and wrestling and how finding faith in the middle of his struggle has somehow given him the strength to carry on.
Number 2.
Until this show is over and you run into my arms, God has you in heaven. 21 years makes a man full grown. 21 years, what a beautiful loan. 21 years, I loved everyone. Thank you, Lord, for my beautiful son.
21 Years by TobyMac is this incredibly powerful song of grief and loss. I'm not gonna lie, when I was listening to it, putting this playlist together, I was in floods of tears. The lyrics of this song are like a supernatural gift from God. It would only be too normal for somebody in this situation to lose faith altogether, and yet TobyMac brings us an altogether different perspective. This isn't just a song about loss, but this is a song about hope. This is a song about gratefulness. This is a song about a prodigal son returning home into the Father's arms. And one of the great triumphs of a creative evangelist is when they articulate these moments to bring healing to us all.
Number 1.
The amount of Grammy award-winning artists on this one record is insane. No surprise that it's on this playlist. Tori Kelly, Kurt Franklin, and forKING&COUNTRY write a song that is a beacon in a time of great trouble. Tackling the issues that we all face and the common loss that we've all gone through during this pandemic, whether it's the loss of a job, the loss of a family member, the loss of community, or the loss of any sense of control. As the lyrics of this song powerfully state, if we fall or if we rise, we do it together, hand in hand. And God's love is big enough and strong enough to see us through. You are never alone. So there it is, the top 5 must-hear Christian songs on loss. I hope this episode helps shed some light and hope on your life and helps you through what you're going through right now. It really is okay not to be okay, but I think we have to remember that in that time there is a God out there who loves you and doesn't want to leave you in your brokenness. If you are struggling right now, then I would love to bless you guys this week by giving away a few copies of Governor B's brand new book, Unspoken. Honestly, I've read more than half of it and it's already bringing healing for me and helping me with some of the things that I'm going through right now. If you want a copy, then drop a comment below and make sure you include a heart emoji in it, and I'll pick a few of you to send a copy of his brand new book, Unspoken, to. As always, this episode is brought to you by The Message Trust, a charity which has produced over a dozen bands, released over 40 albums of gospel-centered music for more than 2 decades. You can listen to all the songs from this playlist and all the other playlists on Spotify if you click the Generation Rising Season 1 Spotify playlist in the link in the description below. And if you're watching this and you are a creative evangelist yourself, then we need to get in touch with you. So make sure you email us at grp@message.org.uk and put Next Gen in the subject. Equally, if you are an artist yourself and you want to be featured on this show, then please email us with a link to your social media and your music, and we would love to review it and consider it to be played on this show. Other than that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Generation Rising playlist. I am Ryan Griggs, your host. Catch us next time for some more sounds of the Generation Rising. Adios. Peace.